fascinating. It is a ball and socket joint. So you have, the small ball of the greater trochanter, or trochanter, I'm sorry, that inserts into the socket joints of the shoulder. So it's more in there. And what I find fascinating is we use our arms and the mobility in our arms so much throughout the day. And because there is so much greater mobility, there's a lot less stability. So there's 4 muscles that comprise the rotator cuff. You have your, I'm just going to refer back to my book, your infraspinatus. That is the muscle on the back of the shoulder blade, and you can see this on page 174 of Dr. Ray Long's book. So it originates from the back of the shoulder blade, and it goes and it inserts on the greater trochanter of the humerus bone. And what it does is when you contract the muscle, it externally rotates the arm. So I'm just squeezing pretty much the outside edge of the infraspinatus on both sides, where it originates and where it inserts. And when I do that, I could feel the arm starting to externally rotate. So I'm going to skip right over to the subscapularis, and it is the antagonist of the infraspinatus. So the subscapularis is on the inside of the shoulder blade, and it's something obviously we can't really feel. And it originates on the inside edge of the shoulder blade, and it inserts into the lesser trochanter of the humeral head. So when that engages, it internally rotates the arm. So 2 of the 4 muscles, infraspinatus, subscapularis, and the, the supraspinatus. And that is a small muscle on the top of the shoulder blade, and it inserts, it originates on the edge of the shoulder blade, and it comes over and it inserts on the front edge, the upper part of the greater tuberosity of the humerus. So it comes in, and whenever, this is the muscle that is injured most, and this is what affects most people. So when it is swollen, because there are the little bones up there, the collarbone, the acromion process, and the supraspinatus goes underneath those. So when that muscle is inflamed, it's very, very, very uncomfortable. And what people don't know is when you internally rotate those arms, that actually causes that supraspinatus to press up into those bones there and makes it more uncomfortable. So if you're able to contract the muscle on the back of the shoulders, the infraspinatus, it helps to externally rotate the arm, and it helps to broaden the chest, and it brings the supraspinatus away from those bones, so not to cause impingement in the shoulders. So again, you have your infraspinatus, the subscapularis, back and front to the shoulder blades. You have the supraspinatus, the small muscle on the top of the shoulder. So the last one is the teres minor. And the teres minor is the synergist of the infraspinatus, the muscle on the back of the shoulder blade. And they don't really talk about it just because the infraspinatus muscle does most of the work. Okay, so if the infraspinatus is tight, it's difficult to do poses where the arms internally rotate. Vice versa for the subscapularis. It's challenging to do postures where the arms externally rotate. Now, tightness in the let's see, tightness of these supraspinatus limits poses where the arms cross the chest, such as eagle. You'll feel that supraspinatus being pulled, being tugged on when you do that. So a couple different poses I learned when I injured my shoulder from walking little Owsley, my dog. He ended up pulling really hard, and all of a sudden he would just jump and pull, and that seriously really hurt my shoulders, causing a lot of pain. And I was only able to bring my arm to about here. So some poses that Dr. Ray Long showed me and showed the group I was in to help heal this and to help strengthen this and to help regain the movement were eagle arms, as well as Garudasana, cow face arms. That's what I call them. I'm sure there's many other names to call them. But let me show you the eagle arms first. So just bringing one arm on top of the other. I have my left arm on top of my right. I'm going to just sit head on. If people are not able to touch their palms together, let me get a strap real quick. Okay, so if people aren't able to grab their hands, a way to do this is to simply hold on to a strap. But if you're able to touch the palms, you just sit up tall. So first find your foundation, grow from your foundation. Inhale, elbows lift up. Now the top arm is my left arm. I'm going to move my arms to the right of my midline. So inhale, elbows lift. Exhale without twisting, arms move to my right. And then I'm going to gently press my forearms together. Still maintaining the posture, still breathing, trying not to twist. So I'm working with my edge here. Now inhale, elbows lift a little higher. Exhale, forearms to the right again. Press the forearms into each other, holding, breathing. So do this for about 8 to 10 seconds or so. Now the last time, we're just going to inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, forearms to the right, wherever they go. And then unwind. And just coming out of the pose, allowing the arms to rest. And that's another great one to help with just tension in the shoulders. It just feels wonderful. And then obviously doing the same for the other side. The right elbow will come on top. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, forearms to the right. Forearms gently squeeze. I'm just going to go through this side pretty quick. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale again to the, the left. And forearms squeeze. Last time, inhale, lift, and exhale to the left of the midline. And then come back to center. So that was one of the stretches Dr. Ray Long had given me to help increase mobility in my rotator cuff. The second one, and I'll just do the one side. I'm going to face away from the camera. So, even if you could touch your fingers together, doing this with your arms, I highly recommend using the strap. You'll find out why very shortly. So, holding onto the strap with the right hand, left hand comes behind, finds the bottom. So engaging the right tricep, lifting the right hand up, wiggling the left arm up, and then bending the right elbow and holding onto the strap with the left hand. Now again, sitting up tall, gently start to draw the hands away so the triceps are being engaged. Now the right humerus bone rolling back, so the infraspinatus engaging on the right side. The left humerus bone is internally rotating. The subscapularis is engaging, not holding the breath. So keep a hold of the strap, relax the arms. Right hand moves up, left arm wiggles, same thing. Bending the right elbow, left hand walks up the strap. Sitting up tall, hands try to gently draw away from each other. Right humerus bone rolling back, the infraspinatus engaging, left humerus bone rolling forward, the subscapularis engaging, still breathing. And then the last time, relax, right arm lifts, maybe left arm wiggles up. And once again, right arm back, left arm rolling in, gently draw the hands away from each other and release. Now coming out of the pose, it's best to let the arms rest for just a couple of moments. Pretty much to let the blood rush back into them. All right, so that was, for me, I feel that's what healed my shoulder. So whenever people have challenges working with the mobility of their shoulders, especially that internal rotation, basically stretching out the subscapularis as well as the infraspinatus, that just really, over a period of time, a couple of weeks, helped me find my mobility. So I'm very, very grateful for these exercises and understanding how the rotator cuff actually works. So keeping these muscles strong and pliable is key. All right, now moving into the impingement. So one thing on page 183, this is something where I just kind of like to sit here and feel the biomechanics of the shoulder. So he shows what muscles work at 30 degrees, 100 degrees, and 180. Basically, if your arms are just hanging down, the muscle that originates the movement is the supraspinatus. That's that muscle on the top of the shoulder. So you get to about 30 degrees. And then the deltoid takes over. That brings you up to about 120 degrees. And then the trapezius muscle brings you the rest of the way. So one thing that I like to do with students is have them feel what it feels like in their body if the palms turn forward. So I'm not sure if you could see that. It's a little chilly down here right now. So if the arms turn forward, that causes that impingement in the shoulder, and honestly it feels very uncomfortable. So I like to tell the students to have the thumbs point back, and that helps bring the palms facing each other. And as you can see, that draws the shoulders away from the ears. I also like to invite them to turn the arms so the palms face back, so that's more of an external rotation. That subscapularis is really engaging, causing that infraspinatus, the muscle on the back of the shoulder blade, to really get stretched out. So knowing those key functions of the shoulder will help. And that will take us into down dog. So a pose like this can really make the shoulders uncomfortable. So I'm just going to stay at a slight angle from you guys. And coming into down dog. Now a lot of students I see, and I'm not in a full down dog, they'll bring their elbows out and it just looks honestly cockeyed. It looks just so uncomfortable. But if you're able to draw the, do that external rotation of the arms, decreasing that impingement in the shoulders. Key elements are pressing index fingers and thumb down, maybe gazing up towards the navel. Drawing the front of the rib cage into the back of the body slightly. But mainly focusing on that external rotation without overdoing it. Again, helps with that, that shoulder impingement.